Well, it's obvious that this topic is inexhaustible, so we will say thank you to our friends hanging out with us. But now continue with Tope Atiba, a legal practitioner who is in the studio. Hello, Tope.
Hi, Ini.
Yeah,
It's good to
welcome
be
to the
here
program.
again. Thank you.
So now there's been a lot of buzz going on about the composition of the principal officers of the National Assembly, both arms. What's your personal take on this?
Well, this whole thing started from the election of Senator Bukola Saraki as the president of the Senate and the circumstances surrounding that election. Well, for me, I would always support a sovereign National Assembly in the sense that the National Assembly is allowed to determine its own business. Definitely the party's agenda should be pushed, forward by its members that are occupying the principal seats. Now, if you look at the people that have become the principal members of the House and the Senate, respectively, you see that, well, while in the Senate has been able to proceed with the caucuses suggesting their own members and then, being ratified by the House. If, for instance, you look at the Senator Bukola Saraki faction in the House, we've seen someone like Ali Ndume, the senator from Borno State, produced as the majority leader. But, there are so many twists and turns to it. If you look at the vice president of the Senate,
the deputy
president of the Senate,
Senator Ike Ekweremadu,
you see,
from PDP.
From PDP. Now, you see, these are the twists and turns that we have seen in the composition of the Senate, the 8th Senate as it is. If you move over to the House of Representatives...
So before we move on to the House of Representatives, yes, would you say this is a balanced composition, talking about the Senate?
The Senate, well, balanced in the sense that, yes, most of the geopolitical zones have been represented, by it's at least it shows a bit of federal character. But then, again, I don't think it's totally balanced because the party's will was totally, or if not completely, snuffed out. So I think, while yes, the Senate, as the senators have elected their Senate president as provided for in the Constitution, I believe that the Senate president should have been a bit more magnanimous to the party and allowed...
But party agenda and the people of Nigeria, how do you balance that? Should we consider the interests of the people of Nigeria first, or should we the party agenda first?
Both of them are not mutually exclusive in the sense that the Nigerians voted for the APC en masse. So if you have voted for the APC, that means you believe in the agenda of the APC. And now that means that the APC also knows that it has a responsibility to ensure that it delivers on all its mandates. I believe that if the APC now decides that, okay, these are the people that we believe will be able to push our cause best in certain positions, we should also be able to trust the APC enough, to give them some room. While I'm not saying that totally they should just say, okay, yes, APC come and suggest, but, it should have been, the Senate president could have been a bit more magnanimous in handling the whole issue. But then it's a bit settled
because at the end of the day, the Constitution says that members have the right to elect their president.
Their Senate president.
They have elected their
their president
and the deputy president. So I mean,
really, there's little the party can do about that.
Yes, exactly. So now let's go over to the House of Representatives. Yeah. A lot of people wanted Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila to be the speaker, but now he's the majority leader. So does that make you guys happy?
Well, for me, I want to be on the fence on this, right? Honorable Gbajabiamila has really worked hard as a rep. He's always been there, and I think he has given the, coming from the AC to the ACN and then to the APC, I think he has given a good account of himself as a representative. Now, be that as it may, just like the Constitution provides that the Senate can elect its own president, it also gives that leeway to the House of Reps to, elect the members of the House of Reps to elect their speaker. Now, the House of Reps has elected Honorable Dagora. It's fine. But then, I think Honorable Gbajabiamila worked hard, and he also deserved that position. But now that he is the majority leader, I think it's a good one. Because I don't see, even the speaker would not sell the mandate of the party as much as the majority leader would. Because if you look at it, most of the important bills would have to be pushed argued by the majority leader. And I think that position is a position of influence that gives him, that leverage to be able to push ahead the agenda of the party. Well, he hasn't lost anything, and I think, well, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, I think there was something we didn't mention in the Senate.
Yes.
Some people also talk about the minority leader in the Senate, former governor, now Senator Godswill Akpabio, that, the House rule wasn't really followed.
You see, that is the gray area. Because first and foremost, we have the issue of the validity of the House rules that were used in inaugurating the Senate. And then you now look at somebody like Senator Akpabio becoming the minority leader. You ask yourself, what we read is that a first-time member of the Senate, or if anybody that is coming into any legislative business for the first time, cannot hold a principal office. I don't see it anywhere. I don't have any record of it. If I'm wrong, maybe I would like to be corrected. But I don't see anywhere in Senator Akpabio's history or record of public service that he has ever been in the legislature at any level. So that, to me, sounds a bit odd. It ticks off some alarms. How does a senator that is a first-timer in the Senate become the minority leader? Doesn't that go against the extant rules of the Senate? If it does, which of the rules does it go against? Is it the 2011 rules or is it the 2015 rules? Now, if it goes against the 2015 rules, which was the rules that were used to inaugurate this Senate, and the rules eventually, if it goes against those, before we even go into the issue of the forgery of the rules, if it goes against the rules, that means it lacks basis. And then I think legally, redress can be sought against his appointment or his election as the minority leader in court.
So you have just spoken like a typical Nigerian. All right, thank you so much, Tokwe, for coming on the program. We appreciate your time.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, so that's it from the studio. Now let's go to your messages on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus, as well as the 5 most watched videos of the week.
A video of President Buhari saying, "From Baba Buhari, I am now being called Baba Go Slow," at the United States Institute of Peace is the 5th most viewed video.
And I even told the audience yesterday, already in Nigeria they started calling me from Baba Buhari, which means Father Buhari, to Baba Go Slow. Like I'm too slow.
Again, a Channels TV report following President Muhammadu Buhari's trip to the United States for talks with his American counterpart, Barack Obama, is the 4th most viewed video. The wedding of Governor Adams Oshomole to Cape Verdean beauty Ayara is still gaining a lot of views, as it is the third most viewed video. When lawmakers such as those in the Benue House of Assembly decide to spend time fighting rather than making laws, people will certainly watch. This video made the number 2 spot on the chart. The video of a baby-making factory in Imo State is gaining more views, as it is the most viewed video in the past week.
I didn't know that the baby would be sold out. So on 24th of November 2013, I gave birth to a bouncing baby girl that was promised to be given 100,000 naira.
And that's it for this week. Another hot topic will come your way next week, and you can always be a part of the discussion. I'm Ini Thompson.